Hello, I am Raymond Mayfield, and it's great to be with you on this broadcast today. My business address is locates rmayfield 1942 at gmail.com. That's rmayfield 1942 at gmail.com. Love to hear from you. I continue my series of messages in Revelation on Revelation chapter 14. In this chapter, we find all of the events that are happening between the trumpet and the vial judgments. Remember, the book of Revelation does not follow a particular pattern because many of these are parenthetical. They are inserted in certain parts of Revelation. Many of these events are covered in previous chapters, but we get a first glimpse of the 144,000 in chapter 7. There were 12,000 out of each tribe of Israel, and we see them in chapter 12. Now we get a glimpse of these evangelists as they sing their psalms of victory before the throne of God. These Jews have a unique psalm because their music reflects the sufferings that they endured during the tribulation period. They worked hard to spread the good news and to counteract the work of the Antichrist. And this is the last time we read about them until the return of the saints with Jesus to rule and reign with him for 1,000 years. Mount Zion in verse number 1 is not an earthly place but a heavenly one. John says, "They are they which were not defiled with women, for they were virgins," in verse number 4. That doesn't have anything to do with their physical outlook. This is a reference to their purity and their separation from the world. And if we live for God, we have got to be separated from the world today if we're going to make heaven. The 144,000 is called in the Bible the man-child, will be converted Jews who will be on the earth during the first part of the tribulation. The everlasting gospel is something that angels are going to preach. And I saw another fly in the midst of the heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. 14 and 6. Angels are going to be preaching during the tribulation period. 3 of them are mentioned in this chapter. There is only one gospel, but these are different aspects of the gospel. They cover different things. The first angel preached against the worshiping of the beast and appealed to men to glorify God in verse number 7. Another angel follows in verse number 8 that Babylon has fallen, and I believe literal Babylon is going to be rebuilt, and then they're going to be destroyed. The third angel brings a message of warning to those who take the mark of the beast in Revelation 14, 9, 10, and 13. And then it goes on in verse number 18 and describes Armageddon, which all the nations of the world are going to be gathered together in one of the greatest battles ever fought in history. And the blood is going to flow to the bridle bits. It's going to be really an amazing thing. And all the nations are gathered there. Thirst in the sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth of the grapes are fully ripe. It is mentioned in verse 18. Details of Armageddon are covered in later chapters, and I will get to that a little bit later. I appreciate so much you listen to this today. The most important thing we realize in Revelation that the Lord is going to do everything He can to get everyone saved that He can. We've got great opportunity today to hear the Word of God. Listen to God today and let Him speak to your heart and let Him talk to your heart. He's only a prayer away. Thank you for listening today. This is Raymond Mayfield, and I'll talk to you again soon.